Deep fake?
Yeah, take us home, beard.
Take us to the future.
I don't even know how to begin. I'm not ready to begin this, but I mean, why don't you tell the story about the Ukrainian situation? And I think that would be a really good anecdote to go into
It was just a little
what happened,
snippet I
and
saw
then
on Twitter. I feel like it was the Germans. They thought they were talking on a video call to the Ukrainian
Prime
Kiev
Minister,
mayor.
right?
Was it Vitaly
Yeah.
Klitschko or whatever his name is, the fighter guy?
Klitschko,
Yeah,
maybe?
Klitschko. I don't know. Sorry, send your hate mail. And the call kind of got messed up at a point, and I guess the face altered, and they realized they were on a call with not him. It was just it's like a TikTok filter basically, but an advanced one, and that was kind of like a whoa. That's pretty crazy. And we know this exists, right? We've seen many of us have seen the Tom Cruise deepfake guy on TikTok, who for me is the most unsettling example of this I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's the
perfect.
best.
It's a perfect fake.
It's the best fake yet.
Yeah, I think
For a lot
mostly
of
because
people.
he does the voice himself, right? I think.
Correct.
And his voice is he does a really good
So
Tom Cruise impression,
the
and his
actor
face is
was trying to succeed as an individual actor, and he kept running into this problem where people kept saying, "You're just Tom Cruise.
You're like a B Tom Cruise."
You look like Tom Cruise."
Wait, is that what happened to him?
Yeah,
I didn't
I
even
didn't
realize
know
he was
that.
an actor.
Oh yeah, this guy is a professional.
So he's like,
the
"Fuck it, I am
reason
Tom Cruise."
that the deep fake of Tom Cruise is so good is because the person who does it is so talented. And I wish I could say his name because I want to shout him out, but I don't remember it. So shout out deep
I
fake
think his
Tom
name is
Cruise.
just like deepfake
on
Tom
TikTok,
Cruise.
it's deep
It's
Tom
deep
Cruise.
fake Tom
Deep
Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
So this guy literally decided a few years ago to go all in on just being Tom Cruise.
He's
But
got
it's using
millions of
technology. It's not just him looking
Exactly,
like him.
but
It's not like a
he's doing what
doppelganger.
he needs to do. He's moving. He's making the facial expressions.
You're saying that
he's
if
using the
I
voice.
jumped in, it wouldn't look nearly as accurate.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
And your voice would be.
Well, I
not
don't
good.
look like Tom Cruise to you.
Next lifetime. So there are insane implications in this situation. Basically, what we have is a situation in which, to get right to the meat of it, reality is being questioned. Fucking cameras, man. Sorry, I couldn't hold it in anymore. Our fucking cameras keep turning off. It's our first time, though. So if you're with us on YouTube, yeah, this is just what's happening.
We'll figure this out.
We'll figure this out. We're
Have
still
a bunch
learning.
of smiley faces.
We have a situation in which technology is catching up to us to a degree in which reality is being questioned. We've developed a form of AI that is actually to do again with neural networks related to our last conversation, where we've developed deep fakes of individuals, right? And so there's so much to explore within this, but the Tom Cruise example is just one example of so many where you can essentially recreate an individual and make people believe that it is 100% authentic to the point where people are not able to distinguish the truth from fiction. And the repercussions of that, I think, is the most interesting part of this.
what are the
conversation.
implications of this technology now existing?
Play it out just like we do with crypto or the markets, 18 months. What does this look like? 18 months, 18 years.
Right.
18 years. Have you
Right.
guys even 18 years imagine what this technology looks like?
Yeah, I mean, we should just go straight to 18 years, I think.
But then
go
we're
to
talking about the
18
solution because I think there's.
Do you think there's a solution?
Yeah, but let's talk about the implications first because
Let's talk about the implications.
to me, it's essentially democratizing fraud, right? You can create fraud and you can democratize it, and not only will it be hands in the nation states, it'll be hands of us if we want to. I mean, look how good some of these Snapchat filters are. They're hilarious and they work really well. And imagine open source technology that allows you to deep fake another person. You input, I don't know, a couple hours of video or audio of them, and then outputs a filter. So this democratization will go everywhere. The most obvious way is it could obviously tip elections. That's the biggest threat I think about. It could tip elections. It could tip world decision makers in terms of going
Could
to war.
send us into
or not.
war.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So that's like the worst case that comes to mind. But maybe there's a bunch of middle cases that like for the average person make life not so
Just
fun.
screw
you know?
over
Right.
people. Yeah, absolutely.
So just I think like let's go on the because people say like is this a threat to democracy? Can this affect our elections? Look at the last election. There was no deep fakes that like tipped the scale.
They got
right?
people on Facebook ads, man.
Exactly. That was the example I had written out. It's like if you could get people on Facebook ads and Russian interference, and think of the level of due diligence most people do. Zero. I saw it. I saw it. I went to my barber. I told my barber about it. And now it's viral and everybody knows about it. Hillary said XYZ. But what if the original piece of content was just completely fraudulent in the first place? That entire person's like decision framework, which is based on it's not based on anything to do with like, well, Hillary's like this and like this and like this and like this across these different policies. No, most people don't think like that. They think, do I like her? Yes or no. Very binary. And then they go, what's her stance on abortion? Yes or no. Okay, I'm good. And then if a video comes out that says Hillary's fucking pro-life or pro-choice or whatever it is, done. It's gone. They're never going to. And then imagine the level of follow-up to prove to that person, no, actually what you saw was a deep fake video. Oh, really? Prove it to me. And then we enter this long, grand scheme of like, prove to me that the original video I saw was a deep fake and it's gone. And where we land, nobody's going to know what reality is anymore.
Your point is that like the threshold to convince something of disinformation is a lot lower than a deep fake, and it already is happening. And so when you have this, it's far more convincing.
Yeah, we already have it with like meme images and like articles.
Totally.
Never mind like
Yeah,
a video.
You don't even need to fake it. You could just meme it and
Right.
it'll
Yeah,
spread.
you can just write an article that's not true, and it already spreads like wildfire if it confirms people's kind of like preconceived notions about a particular thing. Like you can just imagine like any random Donald Trump deep fake video. People be like, I knew it. Share 100 million times. It's
Right.
out there, and then you can make endless ones of these. You could just flood the whole internet with so much fake content you can't even parse out the real content anymore. And then we're gonna have to get into this weird situation where we just have to trust. Like, do we come full circle and we're like, oh, we have to trust CNN? CNN put it out because otherwise, like,
So I
we
wanna
can't
go-
trust some
We
random
are-
account. That
I
it
want to
is.
go. I want
It
to go
is
back
that.
to that, but like I think where I land on this, like the first glance response is like this is maybe the most dangerous technology that I've seen in my entire life.
Yes.
Where like this could spiral things so far out of control because you can no longer trust what you see or hear, and that's like
I don't trust you right now.
well, this whole thing's a simulation. I'm a deep fake
That's what I'm
of
at
your
right now.
alter.
Like imagine being at that level though.
oh, there's,
Where like I
you can't trust anything.
If I can't trust that the video of Barack I saw is Barack, how can I trust you?
right. So I guess where
That's terrifying.
So I think like the near term, right? Because not the 18 years, but the 18 months. The near
Yes.
term, the near term is that industries are going to be sprouted based on this, right? There's going to be authenticator industries like Adobe and Adobe's like competitors have already started
Yes.
going down this path of being like, well, we can put a blue check on a video that is like not deep faked. And that's going to be a big, big industry. And I think like the other part of it is that these things are going to be banned. Like I think deep fakes are going to be illegal unless you like clearly label, hey, this is a deep fake. And I think that's already been implemented in places like China. I was like doing a little bit of research.
The problem is technology moves in two directions. So as quickly as the technology is getting better for deepfakes, the security and prevention and identification technology is also improving.
The creation
But
outpaces the
typically,
detection.
It outpaces on the
sure.
creation
Always.
side.
And I think like in TradFi, like a lot of people have been wondering, okay, so like cybersecurity is going to be like one of the biggest industries of our future lives. And I hadn't considered sort of like video authentication as part of that, but I actually think that's going to be like one of the biggest components of it.
We need a J. Powell 200 basis points interest rate increase deep fake. And then we all trade around it. It'll
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah,
Can you
just
imagine?
buy some options. like that's going to happen.
That's going to
At
happen.
some-
Going to
At
happen.
some point. That's going to be an like incredible industry, right? Did you guys watch Silicon Valley, where he makes
I
the
loved
hot
it.
dog app, right? Hot dog, not a hot dog. It's kind of funny, right? But in the future, I feel like that's going to be like critical. Like as like a Facebook or a Twitter or something. Like if you can't figure out how to identify like a deepfake video in real time, like I feel like you're going to be opening yourself up to like crazy lawsuits. Like we're talking about politics and everything, right? But like think about you know who's going to use this stuff first and like in the meanest way possible is like 12-year-olds. They're gonna like make videos. They used to just be like, Becky, you have a big nose, but then like suddenly Becky's gonna be performing like weird sex acts with people, and they're gonna like release it, and it's gonna be like really
People thought
nasty.
cyberbullying was bad.
Yeah, no, this is gonna take cyberbullying to some
No,
like
because
ungodly, terrible
the biggest,
level.
you might like this stat. 96% of deep fakes are porn.
No way.
Right.
96%.
Yeah,
Right.
so it makes sense that the first use of deepfakes in the cyberbullying realm is going to be like turning
It's
just
like Becky giving a blowjob.
yeah, and it's gonna be like some 11-year-old girl, or something, and it's gonna be like terrible,
disgusting.
and it's gonna be this.
It's gonna be your
people are gonna
search
be like-
engine rankings for the
People
next
would be like,
20
yeah, they're
years.
gonna be like Facebook.
And
how
her
could
parents
you
are gonna
allow
wake up
this?
to
And
it.
it's
Yep.
gonna be a
Yep.
disaster
She's gonna
unless
cry.
like somebody can create some really sick filtering technology that blocks
Facebook
this
is
stuff.
promoting the use of deepfakes because they want the data, because they want to supply the prevention and security side.